to see how people are responding to this. Except maybe bicyclists who don't realize the sidewalks are for pedestrians.
It's been mostly pretty good. I've seen a pretty couple of attractive.
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of what I found from the sign waving I've done in the past, is that most people are real responsive, but you're not really doing a good job unless you get a few fingers. That means you've got somebody triggered.
Stand here so we can. All right, so who are we here?
I hope he's going to Midas Muffler. We are Washingtonians to Recall Inslee. We are a grassroots organization that started out having enough to do with Inslee and decided to look into his actions to see if we could find legal grounds for a recall, and we found that to be a fairly fertile area. We found a lot of things that he's done which violate state law and violate his constitutional oath. And so we decided that if we want to save Washington State and make this the beautiful state that it could and should be and was, that we needed to do something, and this is what we decided to do. The most effective thing we can do is to do a recall.
Okay, so it seems like they're having some success in California. Is that real heartening for us, or where are we in comparison to what they've been doing?
Right. Well, of course, anything that's successful that's challenging the overreach of government is very heartening. Both California's success and the success of the Sawant recall, making it through the Supreme Court, are both very positive things. What I have to stress to a lot of people is California has very, very different laws than Washington. So their recall is structured very different than ours is. In many ways, ours is a lot harder than theirs. But we have looked at what they've done, and some of our organizational structure is similar to theirs in terms of organizing through the counties. We have 39 county organizations, so that's how we're going to organize and facilitate events and signature gathering and so forth as that. They've done a great job at gathering signatures, and we're going to try to do the same approach to signature gathering. The hurdle that we have that they don't have is that we have to go through the court system, and we have to demonstrate that the governor has violated the law, which is what we've been doing for the last three months, is to have our legal team working on finding laws that he's violated and developing the case for that, and which we've now done, and that will be filed very soon here. So that's the difference. California, you can recall somebody just because you don't like them. In Washington, you actually have to prove that they committed lawless conduct.
So I got the site on the page here, recallinslee.org. Is that the best place to go to find out how to participate?
Absolutely, that's our website. It has links to all our county groups. It has links to our main group. We will, as more events become available, we will be publishing where events are, whether they're rallies or sign waving or other related events. We will also, as we get closer to issuing the petitions, we will start listing places where you can find and sign petitions.
Okay, well, awesome. So this is happening in multiple counties?
The recall is statewide. We have 39 different counties because we've organized it by county. So we have a main recall group on Facebook, and we have 39 individual county groups. And this is the second sign waving that we've had in Thurston County. They have had a sign waving now in Anacortes. They've had a sign waving in where is it? At Snohomish. There was a sign waving in Snohomish. There's been a sign waving in Spokane, and this is just in the last 2 weeks because the signs are new and the sign waving effort has just started. So you will see sign waving happening all over the state.
So great. So definitely lots of opportunities for anyone in any part of the call Inslee.org and get tapped into the efforts.
Absolutely, and I want to stress that it's very important that people in Eastern Washington participate, because a lot of times people in Washington, when they live in the eastern part of the state, they figure that everything's being controlled by the western part of the state. And if you look at it from a statistical standpoint, that's only because they don't put their numbers in. If you add up the population in the eastern part, if all those people were to vote their mind, Western Washington would not be running the state. So, especially for the recall, when we get to the petitions, if everybody in Western Washington signs on to the petition, this recall will be a slam dunk.
So it sounds like they have the power and they just haven't exercised it.
That's absolutely true. And in fact, that's something that's true throughout our country. If you look at almost a third of the eligible voters don't vote. If everybody took their voting rights seriously and got out and voted, we would have a very different government.